Hello dear students, this is the video of class 8th, and in this video I will discuss about the following topics. I will discuss about flowchart, some of the main symbols which is used to construct a flowchart. You can see in the previous class I have already discussed about introduction to program, introduction to algorithm, steps to develop an algorithm, and advantages of an algorithm. So these things have been discussed. Now coming to the topic. So flowchart. What is a flowchart? It is the simplest way to represent the solution of a problem is by using a flowchart. It is, you can say, it is the graphical representation of the algorithm process or system that details the sequence of steps required to create output of an algorithm. Suppose you have written an algorithm to solve any problem. Suppose you have to multiply two numbers and you have written the algorithm in a step-by-step manner. Okay. So what is the flowchart? You have to draw the flowchart for the same algorithm, but it is in a graphical representation. It is in diagrammatic form. Okay. Now last line, you can see a flowchart uses a set of some basic symbols to represent various functions. It uses some types of basic symbols which is used to represent various functions. You can see the example of a flowchart. This is the flowchart to add two numbers. Okay, so each and every flowchart starts with the start symbol. It begins with the start symbol and ends with a stop symbol. Okay, so you can see this is the elliptical symbol and a start is written inside it. Then second is inputting. So input two numbers A and B. So for inputting and outputting, for both the process, parallelogram symbol is used. This type of symbol is used for inputting and outputting. And then after inputting A and B, the flow line indicates this is the flow line. This arrow key is known as the flow lines. Okay, now it processes the data. The variable C is used here to add both the values. Whatever value which is stored inside the variable A and B, both the values will be added in the variable C. And this is known as process symbol. This rectangular symbol is known as process symbol. Then C stores the result. C stores the result of A plus B. Then again the flow line indicates print C, means whatever the value which is stored inside the variable C, it should be printed. Okay, then at last it has to stop. So in this way, it represents a graphical representation, or you can say it represents a diagrammatic representation of your algorithmic process. In algorithm, you write a step by step, you write the same thing, but in a step by step solution using English language. Okay, so that is the algorithm which I have already discussed in the previous class. So this is the example of a flowchart. Now, for constructing flowchart, some of the main symbols which are given in our book. First one is a start or a stop symbol. This is known as a start or a stop symbol. This symbol is used at the start and at the end of the flowchart to represent a starting and ending activities. It always represents starting and ending activities. Now next symbol, you can see it is in the form of a parallelogram. It is known as input or output symbol. This symbol is used to accept the input and give the output. Now this symbol is used for processing or to represent an activity or a step. Means this symbol is known as processing symbol, which represents some type of activities in your program. Next is the next is the decision or text condition. You can see this symbol is in the form of a diamond shaped symbol. This symbol is used when the condition of true or false arises. Means suppose you have created a program and you want to check the condition whether the condition is true or false. Then in that case, you have to use this type of symbol. So the question to be answered or the decision to be made is written inside the diamond, which is known as decision symbol. Okay. Suppose you want to check the number whether the number is less than 5,000 or not. Okay. Suppose the number is greater than 5,000 or not, or equals to 5,000 or not. So in this comparison, you have to use this type of symbol. Now these lines are known as flow lines. It can be in all the four directions. Okay, it can be used in any type of direction. Now these lines are used to show the flow of diagram from one step to another. Okay, now coming to the last symbol, which is known as connectors. These are used to connect one part of flowchart to another part. One part of the flowchart can be connected to another part of the flowchart by using connector symbol. Sometimes there is a use of connector symbols in your program, in your flowchart, when you have to connect two parts of a program together. So I hope students you have understood all the topics very nicely. Do you know flowcharts are very important? Not only flowcharts, algorithm and flowcharts both are very important before making a program. Okay, if you create a flowchart and an algorithm before creating a program, your program will be 100% correct and there is no mistake in your program. You will utilize the memory, you will utilize the hardware parts of your system. Where So these are the basic things you have to learn about creating algorithm and creating flowcharts. So I hope students you have understood the topic very nicely. Thanks for watching this video, students. I will discuss about advantages of flowcharts and its disadvantage in the next video. Thanks for watching this video.